Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my Central Virginia organic garden. Today I'm just going to do a little bit of planting. I'm going to plant some beets and I'm going to plant some Swiss chard in hopes that they'll come up for fall. I had planted my Swiss chard already and it came up very nicely, and then something ate it, or either it just simply got too hot. The chard that I'm planting is from Eden Brothers in North Carolina, and it is a rainbow lights packet, a rainbow of lights. So I think it's a yellow and red and different colors of chard. If you've been following me, you would have seen me work on this area a little bit earlier in the summer. I had two random leftover eggplants that I just stuck in here. Honestly, I've not been paying too much attention to them. I've got a couple of volunteer tomato plants, and this is some very nice blue spice basil that is quite fragrant. Behind, I've got some green beans growing up. All right, boy, this earth is pretty dry. I'm just going to dig again right in here. This is where I've got my beans growing up here now, actually. So I am going to do a thing that I do when I am planting in warm weather. We are actually supposed to get some rain from the tropical storm Hurricane Debbie later in the week and weekend, which is one of the reasons I'm planting this now, because the rain will be a good thing. But hopefully these seeds can get well set. All right, I am going to put in just into this area. Take a look at these seeds, by the way. They're cool, aren't they? These are clusters. It's like a beet seed. This is in the same family as spinach and beets. So the seeds are actually like a little cluster of plants that'll sprout several plants. I'm going to put these about, normally I would put them about a quarter of an inch deep, but I'm going to put them a little bit deeper since it is warm. I'm just making a little seed hole. I'm going to put a couple seeds in each. And if I get about 3 or 4 plants coming up, I'll be very happy. That will be enough to keep us in chard. One of the problems I have with chard is that, I'm just going to cover these up, is that blister beetles get on them. And maybe by planting them at this time of year, I can avoid the problems with blister beetles. Let's go plant some beets. Oh, look, my potatoes are coming up that I planted. I want to be able to get any kind of weeds that are in here out, like these, while I'm getting ready to plant. Yep, that one is good. And here's another here. This is a good time to do this.
What about this?
That is actually not a weed. That's calendula. That is a weed. That's self-seeded. Sure? Yep, that's a tree. It's a redbud tree.
A redbud?
Yeah.
What's a redbud?
It's a native tree to Virginia. Look at this soil, man. This is awesome. This is what I like to work in. This is the real benefit of no dig. This bed has been a no dig bed, and it's just as rich as it can be. Take a look. Isn't that gorgeous? And this had beans growing up it earlier. These are the beans that you pulled, Sage. When a couple weeks ago, I think I'll do maybe 3 rows of beets. I'm just loosening the soil. You might say, oh my gosh, you're a no-dig gardener, but you're digging. You're just loosening the soil a little. That's not, no-dig means you're not tilling. These are from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, which is here in Virginia. It's a small cooperative, and they are a wonderful company. These are cylindras. These are my favorite beets. They are a Danish variety. And these are actually from Botanical Interests, and they're called Golden Boys. So these take the longest, so I'm going to put them in the back. So beets are just like spinach and chard that we were planting, same family. So the seeds come in a cluster. I'm planting these just apart. Not all of them will germinate, of course. So I'm overseeding, and then I'll thin them as needed. Planting them, about a ½ an inch deep here. And I'm creating a little bit of a trough because that will help catch water and hold water. Beets love a nice, like most root vegetables, love a nice, rich soil. They like to have a little bit of ash put in there, but I think this is going to be a pretty balanced soil for them. Let's do the cylindra next. my favorites, and we'll just seed them, planting about every 2-3 inches. They will come up and I will thin them out as needed. It's always good to be in the garden, and it's always nice to have somebody to talk to while you're here. And so I'm hoping that those Swiss chard and beets will start to germinate quickly and will grow up and be nice fall vegetables for us. I'm on the verge of planting some additional fall vegetables. It's still pretty warm here. And honestly, I might end up not growing my broccoli from seed and my cabbage from seed, but just getting some plants a little bit later. It just gets so hot. But I'll figure that out. I'll be soon pulling out these plants. This was my sauce patch, which is just about done. I've been canning tomatoes and making tomato sauce out of them. And this will be an empty space. So I think I'm going to dose it up with a good dose of compost and maybe go ahead and plant some brassicas in here for the fall. It's a nice big bed, and brassicas do need a lot of space. So while I'm working down here and planting, I'm always thinking about what it is that I want to do next. I'm going to go get some more lantern flies. I'm so tired of them.